Hi, hello guys, this is Vijay, chemistry lecturer from Aileba Junior College. As you know that we have started our NEET series. Based on that, we are discussing about NEET chemistry and NEET biology, each and every chapter in detail, and also we are discussing the few numericals based on the practice session. Okay, in that category today we are going to discuss about Unit 3 classification of elements. So now let us talk about the division of elements based on S, P, D and F blocks. How far these S, P, D, F orbitals are making the elements into different blocks in the long form periodic table. Let us discuss in detail. This is the symbol diagrammatic explanation for the division of elements based on SPDF blocks. In the long form periodic table, that can be divided into four main blocks. There are four major blocks: S block, P block, D block and F block. So there are four major blocks, and these four major blocks are denoted with the letter SPDF based on the orbitals of SPDF orbitals. So this particular division of elements is based on the electronic configuration of the atom's electronic configuration, how far it is there. Based on that, these particular blocks of elements been divided. In this division you see the elements which is involving the filling of a particular orbital based on this S, P, D and F. They are grouped together, which is shown in this picture similarly. Okay. So based on that, let us talk about first initially S block elements. How far these S block elements are being placed in the long form periodic table, and also what are the major characteristic features of these S block elements. Let us see. The elements in which the last electron which is entering to the S orbital of their outermost energy level or the outermost energy shell is called S block elements. Understand? So in these S block elements we can able to see the elements in which the last electron that could enter with the S orbital, especially in the outermost shell or the outermost energy level. It consists of the elements of groups which contain 1 and 2. Say for example, the previous class we discussed about different types of groups. The vertical columns present in the long form periodic table are called as groups, and there are 1 to 18 groups are being there placed. In that first two groups, let us talking about these particular first two group of the elements that could have the ground state electronic configuration of the outermost shell as NS1 and NS2. These first two groups are having the outermost shell as NS1 and NS2. It is ending with the electrons which is ending with the S orbital. That is the reason these two group of elements are being called as S block elements. Okay, the elements corresponding to the NS1 configuration, which are called as alkali earth metals or alkali metals. These S block elements are being called as alkali earth metals or alkali metals, because they could show the electronic configuration of NS1 and NS2, which is based on that their characteristic feature. The NS1 configuration of the elements are being called as alkali metal, and NS2 configuration, electronic configuration of the elements are being called as alkaline earth metal. So alkali earth metal and alkaline earth metal, so there are the two different types of earth metals are being placed in S block element, and its general electronic configuration state is NS1 or NS2. So this is the general electronic configuration of S block elements. Now let us talk about few characteristic features of S block elements. So let us talk about few characteristic features of S block elements. What are the major characteristic features of these particular S block elements, alkali and alkaline earth metal? Usually these elements present in these particular blocks are too soft and having low melting point and the low boiling point, and also they have low ionization energy or ionization enthalpy, and they are very reactive and readily to form univalent, especially when we are talking about alkali metals, and some cases that could form the bivalent, especially talking about alkaline earth metals. So ions, by losing one or two valence electrons, okay, and they are also never found in pure in the nature. So these particular elements present in these S block elements like alkali metals and alkaline earth metals are never been found to be pure element that could form the compound or the ionic state. Next, they act as a strong reducing agent. They are acting as a very strong reducing agent, and most of the elements present in this particular block, they could able to form the characteristic colors when it is treated with flame, I mean when it is treated with heat, and mostly they could readily form the ionic compounds, especially the S block elements like alkali earth metal and alkaline earth metals. They are readily to able to form this ionic state, and based on that they could be divided into bivalent and monovalent or univalent. So univalent, usually we can able to see this alkali metal. The bivalent, usually we could able to see this alkaline earth metal, okay. And finally the elements present in these S block elements, they could readily to form ionic compound, except there are some exception like lithium and beryllium. So these are the general characteristic features of the elements present in S block element. Now let us talk about P block elements. Okay. So as I said earlier, the entire period table been divided into 4 major blocks of element: S block, P block, D block and F block elements. Talking about this P block element, the elements in which the last electron that could enter with the p orbital, especially in the outermost energy level or the outermost shell, okay. So there any element that could remain its last electron in the p orbital are called as P block elements, okay. So these particular elements that could be having with the groups that could start from 13th to 18 groups, okay. So these particular groups are being called as the B block element, and here they could involve for addition of NS2 and NP1, and if it is addition of 2 means that could form NS2 NP2. If it is addition of 3, that is to be considered as NS2 and NP3 goes on till 6, okay. Now the general electronic configuration of this particular P block elements that could be written as NS2 and NP. Simple electronic configuration of these P block elements are NS2 and NP 1 to 6, because NS2 S orbital is totally filled and rest of the electrons are being to be filled with the p orbital, and p orbital can accommodate maximum number of these 1 to 6 number of electrons, okay. Now based on that the elements are being placed in the P block element. Now let us talk about the general characteristic features of the P block elements. Earlier we discussed about the general characteristic features of this S block element. Now let us talk about the P block elements characteristic features. Like they include for both metals and non-metals. There are 2 different characteristic features of the elements can be seen in the P block elements, and they belongs to the metallic and non-metallic properties, and there is a regular gradation from metallic to non-metallic characteristic feature. We move along the period from left to right in this block. See, as I said, these vertical columns are to be called as groups, and where the horizontal rows are to be called as the periods. So the gradual difference can be seen from the moving of this period of elements left to right, the metallic and non-metallic characteristic features. Then the metallic character that could increases as we are going down to the group, when we are talking about from this the top level elements to the down, there the metallic characteristic features of the elements could be increasing in order. Talking about this ionization enthalpy or ionization energy, yes, that is relatively as high as comparing to this S block element. S block elements, they could show the ionization energy that could be, as comparing to these P block elements, are very less. And here we could able to see the high ionization enthalpy in the P block element. And mostly these elements present in these B blocks are covalent compounds. They could form the covalent bond, and they are very strong. I mean the bond, nature of the bond between these two different elements, and that could able to show the very strong bond, I mean the covalent bond. And some of them that could able to show that more than one oxidation state when it is forming into the compound. Okay, so different types of oxidation state can be seen in their compounds. The gradation that could be reducing from the oxidation properties as we move across the period of this block. So the oxidizing property or the oxidation state that could be moving across the period, that we could be seen as reducing property. And there is a common name to be given for these S block and P block elements. These S block and P block elements are collectively called as the representative element, in that the elements that last group, I mean the 18th group, that could have the perfect electronic configuration like NS2 and NP6 is called as the noble gas. And these noble gas are also called as the inert gas. These noble gas are also called as inert gas. And all the orbitals in the valence shell of the noble gas are completely filled, and they have no tendency to lose or gaining of electron. That is the reason we are calling it as noble gases. They are non-reactive elements. Okay, now talking about the halogens, that is the group 17 when we are talking about, and similarly 16. These 16 group of elements are to be called as chalcogens, and these two groups of the elements can readily accept one or two electrons respectively to attain noble gas configuration and to form univalent or the divalent negative ions. Okay, so these two groups, like group elements like 16 and 17, they could involve for the reactivity, chemical reaction. I mean they are the highly reactivity elements, and that could accept the electron one or more based on the valency. That is called as the monovalent or univalent and bivalent or the trivalent. So now talking about these non-metallic characteristic features. Non-metallic characteristic features of these particular elements are, as we move from left to right across the period, and metallic characteristic features as we are going from top to bottom, that could be increasing. So this is what the elements that could be packed in P block, and it has a general characteristic formulae that could be used for P block elements NS2 NP126. Right, now let us talk about the third block of element, I mean the third type of the block of element called D block element. So D block elements, these elements in which the last electron that could enter into the D orbital of their last shell or the outermost shell, and these type of elements are being called as D block elements. This block, that could consisting of the elements lying between the S block and the P block. So these particular block elements are being placed when we are talking about in the group that could start from the third group to the 12th group. So based on that, the elements are being packed in between the S block and P block elements. Okay, in these elements, the outermost shell that contains one or two electron in their s orbital, but the last electron that enters with the 1d subshell. So we have a general electronic configuration, or the formulae for d block elements are n minus 1 d 1 to 10 and ns 0 to 2. So based on that, the electronic configuration being given for d block elements. Okay, so now talking about transition elements. The d block elements are also called as transition elements because the properties of these elements are midway between the S block and B block elements. In between these two blocks, the elements are being transist. That is the reason it is being called as transition elements. And these transition elements are the bridge between the chemically active metals of S element and the chemically less active metals present in the P block element. I mean 13th to 17th group, 13th and 14th group. Okay, so that is the reason we are calling these particular D block elements as transition elements. And the D block elements that could comprises 3 complete rows of 10 elements and one incomplete row we could able to see in the T block, and these rows are called as first transition series and second transition series, third transition series, fourth transition series and fifth transition series respectively. So the first transition series that could contain scandium, its atomic number is 21, that starts from 2. The zinc, its atomic number is 30. Similarly, fourth and second transition series that could start from yttrium, its atomic number is 39 to cadmium 48. And similarly, this third transition series that could contain of lanthanum, hafnium to mercury. So these are its atomic number respectively 57, 72 and 80. The final transition present in this D block are fourth transition series that could start from actinium, rutherfordium to Copernicum. Its atomic numbers are 89, 104 and 112 respectively. Now let us talk about the general characteristic features of the D block elements. Yes, here the elements, they are metals and they are having the high melting point and the boiling point as comparing to the other two blocks, and most of the elements that could form color treated with flame, they are also called as colored compounds, and they have a good tendency to form the complex compounds, and their compounds are generally paramagnetic characteristic features they possesses, and they could exhibit for several oxidation states. And most of the transition elements present in this particular group like manganese, nickel, cobalt, chromium, vanadium, platinum, and their compounds are used as a catalyst in many chemical reactions. Next, talking about F block elements. F block elements, these particular elements in which the last electron that could enter with the F orbital of their atoms, the outermost shell or the energy level, and these elements are called as F block elements, and it has a formal, it has a general electronic configuration state as mentioned like this: n minus 2 into F 1 to 14 and n minus 1 d 0 to 2 and ns2 is a formula we are, the electronic configuration we are using for the elements present in F block elements. These F block elements are contain two different series of elements that is placed at the bottom of the periodic table. They are being called as lanthanides and actinides. Say for example, the first series that could start with lanthanum, its atomic number is 57, and the elements present in this particular series are cesium to lutetium from 58 to 71. They are called as the lanthanides, and these are also called as lanthanides or lanthanides, and these are also called as the rare earth metal or the rare earth elements. Similarly, the second series present in this particular the F block elements are they could start from the series that could start from and thorium to lonium 90 to 103 and actinium these elements present in this particular series are being called as actinides or actinides. And these actinides are by nature they are having the radioactive properties, and as I said, the electronic configuration of these elements being mentioned here. Now talking about the general characteristic features of these F block elements. So these particular the F block elements are also called as inner transition element, and it has for the general characteristic features as they are heavy metals, and they have generally high melting point and the boiling point, and they could exhibit the variable oxidation state, and they could form the different colored ions, and they have the tendency to form the complex compound. It's not a simple compound. And actinoids are really radioactive in nature, and many of the actinide elements, they have been made in nanogram quantities or even less by nuclear reactions. And these particular actinides are also called as the elements which are after uranium, they are also called as trans-uranium elements. Okay, so these are the major characteristic features of these F block elements. So now classification of elements on the basis of 4 major category. Let us see one by one. The first one is noble gases, the group 18 element, and here except for helium, the elements they have completely filled with the s and p orbital of the outermost shell, and helium only just has 1s2 configuration, and all these element present in this category, the group 18 are called as noble gases because they are already filled with the perfect electronic state, and they are not required for gaining or losing of electron by the chemical reaction. That is the reason they are they will not involve for any kind of chemical reaction, as called as inert gases or the noble gases. Next, talking about representative elements, S block and P block, and these two category of elements are being called as S and P, and they could able to get the electronic configuration of their respective noble gases, and they represent two major groups, the group 1 called alkali metal, and the group 2 that is called alkaline earth metal. On the extreme left, the extreme right side, we could able to see element that would start from the group 13 to 17 in the periodic table. And similarly, transition element that could be packed in between this S block and P block element, that is called D block element, and this also lying between these two different S and P block, and these particular elements are starts from the group 3 to 12 in between. Finally, talking about inner transition element, that these elements are called as F block element, and these particular elements are being made into two different series of 14 elements are called lanthanides and actinides. So these are the major type of elements present in the long form periodic table. So far guys, we have discussed the few subtopics from this particular unit 3 classification of elements in detail, and this particular unit we will continue with one more video with a different subtopic. Until then, thank you guys.